Oh, come on. There we go. I think we need some honey bourbon, super scented candle melts today. The last of that one. Oh, I need a lighter. Let's see. I want my space to smell good. If I can get the candle to go in its spot. There we go. All right. We'll move that over there. Okay. Today, I'm going to be attempting to get back into pastels. Something I haven't done for a really, really long time. Well, hello there. Don't mind me, I'm gonna be half paying attention while I try to figure out how to do this again. I haven't drawn in over 2 years, guys. It's been a really long time. So what I'm doing today is I'm gonna be trying to recreate a photo that I took with pastels, and it's probably going to be a giant fail, but you know what, come along with me for the journey, because you never know, something cool could be created. All right. I always used to do art in high school and junior high and such. Then in college, I concentrated more on my major I never took any painting or drawing classes, but I still liked doing it. I still liked toying around with different mediums. Pastels are something that I worked on mostly when I was a kid. I never really got good at it, but you know, half the joy is just playing around with this. Get your hands dirty a little bit. See what happens. See what you create. And you know what? If it's ugly, oh well. I'm the only one that has to stare at it in the grand scheme of things in the end. Let's see. Right now, I'm adding a little bit of shading and going along, starting with the shoreline of my picture. It has quite a bit of very low-key interest in the back, and then later I'll be working on the sunrise. This was a picture that my husband and I took when we were in Lake Havasu about a month or so ago. That's been a bit. Right now I'm just building up color. I'm gonna see where this takes me. I might be completely on the wrong track, but oh well. Let's see. I can try. Is that better? Or should I turn it the other way? Oh, maybe I should go the other direction. Let's see. Does this allow me to go the other direction? There we go. How about that? There, that might be a little bit better. All right. Let's see. I have something that'll help me shade this a little bit better. All right. Let's try that. I'm not sure that I like this for this particular medium. It doesn't really do what I'm hoping it would do. Let's see if we can add some interesting shading up here. What you doing, baby?
I'm gonna help you out a little bit.
Is my voice all over the place?
Your audio is very low.
Oh, okay. I love the fact that you have to put it on me because I'm terrible at unclicking the mics on accident. Here, can we clip that lower so it's not up in my chin waddle, please? Thank you. That's better. All right. I don't know that this is going to really work out the way I'd hoped it would. Let's try my finger. So when I was a kid and I was doing all this stuff, it really wasn't, we were dirt poor, could barely afford regular groceries. My mom was an interesting person. She was terrible with money. So she would give me her money to hide it. And the only way I could get art supplies was if, when I went to visit my grandma, she would occasionally take me to an art supply store, you know, your standard Michael's or whatever. Maybe I'd get something in a Christmas present and be able to start creating. So the first time I worked with pastels, I was, I don't know, like 12, 13. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Not that I know what the hell I'm doing right now, but I enjoyed it. It's very cathartic. I don't know. Right now, I have one of the top 10 most stressful jobs. So finding something that doesn't require a lot out of me, that I can just create for the fun of creating, it really brings me peace. I don't know if any of you guys ever experience anything like that, where you just need something that is just yours for the sake of being yours. Nothing that anyone has any expectations or there's no drama. It's just you creating something because you want to. My, I have this photo that I'm working off of on my work phone, and I was a dummy. I let my work phone die earlier, so now I'm charging it, but it keeps going into low battery mode. So I keep having to come over here and restart it. Let's see. All right. I need to start building this up in the background here. So yeah, I would go to my grandma's house and visit. We'd go, my little sister and I would go every summer and we'd go visit her and my grandpa. My grampy would tell stories all the time about all the exotic places he had seen in the Navy. And well, considering the fact that it's Veterans Day today, you know, mass appreciation to all of our veterans out there. But he would tell us all these stories, and I would just sit there doing art at their kitchen table. At my mom's house, everything was always too chaotic for me to be able to do any of this stuff. As kind of the parent in the household, with my little sister, I had to make sure she did her homework and did all the things she was supposed to do and cleaned her room and all of that. So there really wasn't time between that and homework when I was a kid to be able to do any of this stuff. So I got into it a little bit more when I was an adult, but then, speaking of my mom, she ended up having a couple of major strokes and she came to live with me and my husband. And when that happened, my artwork kind of went sideways to the side. Didn't have time for it anymore. We had other stuff going on. Had a lot of work stress. I got promoted at work around the same time, so just had one too many things going on. And then my husband's father had a like a medical event. We're still not exactly sure what happened. The doctors at first thought that he had carbon monoxide poisoning, which, because he had an RV, wouldn't have been all that surprising. But after a while in the hospital and the rehab center, they said, okay, he's got to go live with someone. So we had just bought our house and we're just moving in. And I was so excited because I was like, oh, I'm finally going to get a craft room. I can actually do this stuff again, play around with it, tweak it, see what mediums I really enjoy, not just what I remember enjoying as a kid. And going along, all of a sudden, we had two elderly folks that we were responsible for that we hadn't planned on. And my craft room kind of got put to the side. But recently, my father in law got well enough that he was able to go live elsewhere, as did my mom. So I have a craft room again, which means you guys get to listen and or sit and listen to me babble while I work on my shading techniques and figuring out how to do this nonsense again. Because I'll tell you what, sitting here just starting to work on it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't remember what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing, folks. I'm just sitting here babbling while I figure this out. That might be interesting. Oh yeah, that adds a little bit of shading right there. A little bit of depth. I'm gonna need to get a color theory chart, because a color wheel, because I used to have one when I was a kid and I would work with it all the time to make sure that I wasn't combining things that were going to end up being absolutely terrible combination packages. But now I don't remember my color theory. So it's going to be interesting because I might completely screw this up. That's okay. We're just here to make art for the sake of making art. This doesn't have to be seen by anyone but you, me, and the internet. Let's get this ridge line a little bit more here. Sorry, every once in a while you might hear my breath a little bit more. I'm having to blow off the excess as I blend it in. I'm gonna have to get some better tools for this. I have all sorts of tools for doing acrylics and watercolors, which is what I've been concentrating on for the last couple of years whenever I am able to create anything. But I didn't feel like working on those today because I haven't done anything with pastels in such a very long time. I really wanted to try this medium again, see if I like it as much as I remember liking it. I did a picture when I was a kid of dolphins playing in the ocean, and I just remember really loving how well it came out. So we'll see. I want to add a little bit of interest every once in a while. This photo that I took was just at dawn. So I had a couple little blushes of color coming in. It's interesting, in the photos all throughout here, this was on Lake Havasu, so all throughout here there are all these homes. And I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get that to convey, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now I'm just building up a little bit of color. Did that help? All right, well, I guess I'll end this then.
Restart it.